177 was our last page of homework.
176 was the last page.
So we have, check your agendas. What do your agendas say? 172 to 177. That's what the agenda says. Okay, so check your check, and if you have not completed it, go ahead and complete it. Now let's take a look at page 179. Everyone turn to page 179. Now this is very important for pre-algebra. You have to be able to multiply a whole number. Let me dry this, it didn't get dry, sorry. You have to multiply a whole number by a fraction. Does everyone see number 1a? What does number 1a say, Gianna? I'm sorry, what does it say?
5 times 2 over 4.
5 times 2/4, that's right. 5 times 2/4. Now, when you're looking at that, you have a whole number times a fraction, right? A whole number is always a numerator. Write that at the top of your page. A whole number is always a numerator. What's the date today? The 13th, I think, right? Are you coming? Are you coming to the parade?
What parade?
At my house, where our classes used to be? Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about it after. I sent an email home. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Did you say a whole number is always
A numerator.
My mom didn't.
We're going to talk about that later, okay? A whole number, I'm sorry, it's my fault. I shouldn't have brought it up, is always a numerator. What is the numerator? The top number of a fraction, right? Miss Gianna, you tuned in up here? Are you writing that down? Okay, very good. A whole number is always a numerator. We just treat it as if it were a numerator. And remember, when you cross cancel, it has to be between a numerator and a denominator. Here we see we have a numerator of 5 and a numerator of 2. And we only have one denominator. The denominator is 4. Can our denominator be cross-canceled or canceled with either one of our numerators? Which one, Riley? 2. 4. This denominator and this numerator can both be divided by 2. This numerator and denominator can both be divided by 2. Now, remember, we multiply our numerators and we multiply our denominators. This is a numerator and this is a numerator. 5 times 1 is 5. We don't have anything to multiply our denominator by, so we leave it like that. Now, yes, ma'am. Say that again. No, we don't do anything next. Now we start to leave our fractions as improper fractions. Now when we're multiplying, we leave our fractions. But let's do that right now. Let's just take some practice. Usually you're going to leave your answer as this. But let's go ahead for this sheet because we need some practice on converting improper fractions to mixed numbers. Gianna, how many 2's are in 5?
How many 2's? 4.
How many 2's? How many sets of 2 do I have in 5? Here's one set and here's another set. 2 sets. How many do I have left over?
1.
And what is my denominator? Stay? Stays 2. So here are the 2 answers. You remember how to do that now, Gianna?
Yeah.
You have to convert from when you're adding mixed numbers, when they give you a problem in mixed numbers, you give your answer in mixed numbers. But when we multiply, right now we're going to give both answers. Okay, right now we're going to give both answers. But after, when we finish practicing converting from an improper fraction to a mixed number, then we will only give our answer in improper fraction form. Let's take a look at 1b. 4/6 times, I don't know why I'm putting that there, times 6. Now I see that my denominator, what's my denominator, Grace? This 6 right here. It could be canceled with 4 or with 6. I should cancel it with the largest one that it can be canceled with. 6 divided by 6 is 1. 6 divided by 6 is 1. Does that make sense, Emily? Now I'll multiply my numerators. Remember, this is a numerator. A whole number is a numerator. 4 times 1 is 4. And my denominator is 1. I don't have anything to multiply it against, so it stays that way. Now, we can reduce this fraction, can't we? What does 4 over 1 reduce to? If my pizza's cut into one piece, meaning it's whole, and I have 4 of them, I have 4 whole pizzas, don't I? Anything over 1 equals the numerator. So whenever we have 10 over 1, that equals 10. When we have 53 over 1, that equals 53. Any number over 1 equals the numerator. And any number over itself equals 1, doesn't it? We have to keep those 2 straight. Any number over itself, any number over 1 equals the numerator. Any number over 1 equals the numerator. Any number over itself equals 1. And if you think about it, my pizza's cut into 10 pieces and I get all 10. One whole pizza, right? My pizza's cut into one piece, meaning it's whole. And I get 53 of them. That's 53 pizzas. I could have a serious party with that, couldn't I? Yeah. Okay, so now let's take a look at 2a. 3 times 2/3. What do you see that can cancel, Grace? 3 and 3. Because this is a numerator and this is a denominator. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 3 divided by 3 is 1. I multiply my numerators. 1 times 2 is 2. My denominator just stays the same because I only have one of them. And what does this reduce to, Riley? 2. Very good, very good. 2. Riley, you have a very loud voice, but I know y'all didn't know I was going to be calling on Riley. Okay, everyone try 2b on your own. This is 4 times 3/8. I'm just sending a message to the landlord about that music. 4 times 3/8. 4 times 3/8. Autumn, what did you cancel? Very good. What did you divide both of them by? What did you divide 4 by and 8 by? 2. There's something bigger that they can both be divided by, but hold on. Wait, hold on. Let's divide them by 2. I'm gonna write it both ways here. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. Do you see that you can still divide them again? Did you divide them again? Okay, so look right here now. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. Dividing by 2 twice, we divided by 2 and then we divided by 2 again, right? That's the same thing as dividing by 4. So you see 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Either way is correct, but you do have to break it down again. You should always check after you cross cancel or cancel. You should always check to make sure that you can't do it again. So 1 times 3 is 3, and I don't have anything to multiply 2 by. So there's my improper fraction. Now, yes, ma'am. What would it be? Yes.
2 1/2.
No. How many 2's are in 3, Riley? How many? 1? And 1 left over, huh?
I counted how many.
Yes, there's 1 2 in 3. And so there's 1 2, one set of 2 in 3. When I take that 2 out, I have 1 left over. Okay, everyone try 3A and 3B. You mind if I turn it down a little bit more? It's burning up there.
It's comfortable up back here, but I know it's...
Yeah. I need to get someone to take a look at that and try to change the vents, to put a little bit more up here. We'll check, you check and see. You're on 3A. What is 6 divisible by, Gianna? 3. And what else?
2.
Are either one of these numerators divisible by 2 or 3 or 6? 6 is divisible by 2, 3, and 6. Right? Look at 6. 1 times 6 and 2 times 3. 1 doesn't matter because if we divide by 1, it doesn't change anything. So we're looking for 2, 3, and 6. Of course, we want to go with our largest one possible. Can either one of these numbers be divided by 2, 3, or 6?
Yeah.
Then do that. It doesn't matter which one you use.
Canceled by the other one. How do you do it again?
You don't. Which one did you cancel? Did you cancel 6 with 2 or 6 with 4?
I canceled 2 with 4.
Well, those are 2 numerators.
Oh.
It has to be 1 numerator and 1 denominator. And remember, the 2 is a numerator. A whole number is always a numerator. And look why. If I have a whole number, like this one right here, this equals 10 over 1, doesn't it? It's the same. 10 is the same thing as 10 over 1. They're equal to each other, aren't they? And so whenever you have a whole number, it's just like it's a numerator over 1. You had a question? No? Okay. So which one are you going to cancel with, Gianna?
The 2 and 6.
So 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. Now you have a 3 here. Can either one of these numbers, 3 can only be divided by 3. Can either one of those numbers be divided by 3?
Yeah.
Which one can be divided by 3?
The 3.
Well, the 3 can. You have a denominator of 3, but can it, so this one can be divided by 3, but can either one of these be divided by 3?
No.
So then you can't cross cancel anymore or cancel anymore. So multiply your numerators. 1 times 4 is 4, and your denominator, we don't have anything to multiply it by, so it just stays the same. Now, Micah, how do I turn this into a mixed number? This is my answer, but I also want you to turn these into mixed numbers. How do I turn this into a mixed number? How many 3s are in 4? How many sets of 3 are in 4?
4 sets?
Here we have 4. How many sets of 3 do I have there?
1.
1 set of 3. That's right. 1 set of 3. And how many are left over?
1.
That's my numerator. This 1 is my numerator. And my denominator always stays the same. Now, let's take a look. What would happen if we cross-canceled? Instead of cross-canceling the 6 and the 2, let's just cancel the 6 and the 4, or reduce this fraction. They can both be divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now, this is a 3. I have a denominator of a 3. My two numerators cannot be divided by 3, so I can't cancel or cross-cancel anymore. 2 times 2 is 4. I multiply my numerators. 2 times 2 is 4, and I only have one denominator, so it stays the same. So do you see how we get the same answer? Whether we cross-cancel or reduce our fraction? You see how we get the same answer? So it doesn't matter which one you do. Emily, what did you get for 3b? What did you cross-cancel, Emily? That's right. So what answer did you get then? 10/3. Very good. 3 is my denominator. It can only be divided by 3 because 3 is prime, so it can only be divided by 3. Remember, 1 doesn't count. 5 and 2, neither one of those, 5 or 2, neither one of those can be divided by 3. So I can't cancel or cross-cancel. 5 times 2 is 10, and my denominator stays the same. Now, to put that into a mixed number, Emily, what would you do? What is this as a mixed number? And what? That's right. 3 1/3. Very good. Very good. Emily said, how many sets of 3 are in 10? 3, 6, 9. 3 sets of 3. 3, 6, 9. Let's draw 10 circles here. How many sets of 3? Here's a set of 3. Here's a set of 3. And here's a set of 3. 3 sets of 3. And 1 left over, and my denominator stays the same. Okay, let's try 4a and 4b.
What do you do when you're backwards like that?
It doesn't matter. We look at the second one that we did, Gianna. 4 6 times 6. It doesn't matter which one is first. You still cancel a numerator and a denominator if you can. Look, and remember, a whole number is a numerator. So cancel a numerator or a denominator. And then multiply your numerators, and your denominator stays the same. Luke. What answer did you get for 4A?
1 whole.
1 whole? No. What did you cancel? You have 1/2 times 3, right? 1/2 times 3. What did you cancel, Luke?
I canceled 2 and 3.
What can they both be? This is a denominator and numerator. What can they both be divided by?
1.
Well, but remember, dividing by 1 doesn't change anything. 2 divided by 2 is, 2 divided by 1 is 2. 3 divided by 1 is 3. It doesn't change them, does it? Dividing by 1 doesn't change them. So we have to divide by something greater than 1. What did you get when you divided each of them by 1?
1 over 1.
Well, 2 divided by 1 is 2, isn't it? Not 1. You see that? You see your error? What is 2 divided by 1?
2 divided by 1 is 2.
Right, and look, you put 1 there. See, that's 2 right there. And 3 divided by 1 is 3. So you see, it didn't change them, so you don't need that, do you? Does that make sense, Lucas? Luke? Okay, Grace, what did you cancel? Yes, for this one, 1/2 times 3. 4A. Say that again. What did you divide them both by? Say it again. 2 divided by 2 is 1. What is 3 divided by 2? Huh? 3 divided by 2. Remember, 2 divided by 2 is 1, but if a number is divisible by 2, hold on just a minute. If a number is divisible by 2, it's even, isn't it? Is 3 an even number? Does it end in 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8? So it can only be divided by 2 if it's an even number or it ends in an even number. This one's an even number, but this one's not an even number, is it? So it can't be divided. Miss Riley, what did you do? There's nothing that can cancel. And so what did you get, Riley? 3 over 2. My numerator times my numerator is 3. My denominator stays the same. And then how did you make it a mixed number? 1 and 1/2. Just like this one down here. 3/2 is the same as 1 and 1/2. Now, the reason that we practice it is for you to catch where you're making an error, right? Does that make sense, Grace? Do you see your error? Luke, you see your error? Okay, very good. Okay, Gianna, what did you get for 4B? But no, I didn't say to put it up. Emily, what did you get for 4B? Uh-huh. 2/3. Now, what did you cancel to get that, Emily? 4 and 12. What did you divide them both by? Open it back up, Gianna. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 12 divided by 2 is 6. By 2 again. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then I multiply my numerators, and my denominator stays the same. Now remember that you can watch the video. Go ahead and take out your agendas now and write down the homework. Well, but you were supposed to take it out right when you had closed it too early to check your answer. Did you check your answers? Now, our homework is going to be page 178, which is just multiplying a fraction times a fraction, and we need to check for cross-canceling. And then our homework is multiplying a whole number times a fraction. And we'll have a quiz on both of those. Wait, take out your binder for a minute. I want to show you one more thing. Look on page 180. Everybody turn to page 180. I want you to write the fact family, the two that go together here. First of all, look at 14 divided by 2. What is 14 divided by 2? Autumn? 7. Look up at the top. Find the number 14 up at the top. Now, do you see the 2 underneath it? Emily, do you see the 2 underneath it? Up at the top. The box at the very top of the page. Do you see the 14? Did you find the 14 on the top row? And then what's underneath the 14, Emily? A 7. Yeah, did I just say 2? I meant 7. Did I say 7? I meant 7. That's why everybody was confused. Thank you. I thought I said 2. Okay, so does everyone see the 14 on the top row and then the 7 underneath it? That's because 14, you see it, Grace? That's because 14 divided by 2 is 7. Now look at your chart. What is 24 divided by 2, Micah?
24 divided by 2.
Look at the top chart. The chart at the top of your page. Yes, find the 24 on the top row. What? Right. What's underneath the 24, Micah? 12. So 24 divided by 2 is 12. Now let's look at the first one. It says 14 divided by 2 equals what, Autumn? 7. Write in the number 7. On the first problem, Micah. The first problem.
This is 24 divided.
The first problem. Erase that right now. We don't work ahead. Right here. Underneath this problem now, write the other fact family, the other fact of this fact family that goes with it, or one of them. Does anybody think? Can anybody think of what it is? If 14 divided by 2 equals 7, then 2 times 7, who said that? Very good. Equals 14, right? 2 times 7 equals 14. Underneath, 14 divided by 2 equals 7. Micah, you're not in the right place. Why are you in the middle of your page again? Okay, you're supposed to be, are you supposed to be on this one? You have to do what we're doing. What did I say to write underneath here?
42 divided by 7.
2 times 7. Right, 2 times 7 equals 14. I want you to listen to what I'm saying, Micah, and not trying to work ahead on your sheet. Now, let's take a look at the one next to that. 20 divided by 2. Hold on, Miss Gianna. What is 20 divided by 2?
20 divided by 2.
You can look at your chart up at the top.
10.
10. Put 10 down. Now you're going to, what's the fact, one of the fact families that goes with this? Luke? 2.
2 divided by
No, 2 times. 2 times 10 equals 20. Very good. Very good. Emily, what is the next one? 8 divided by 2. 4. So what are you going to write underneath that, Emily? Very good. 2 times 4 equals 8.
Why are we finding out the answers, but we're not supposed to write them down?
You are supposed to write them down.
That's what I was doing.
No, you were writing down ones that we weren't working on. You were writing down ones, you were writing down this one right here and this one right here, but we weren't doing those. Now, we just did this one, and this one, but you didn't write them down. You're not writing down what we're doing in class. Instead, you're moving on, and so you're not doing it the way that I want you to.
Yeah, but you told me 20.
I just asked you that, but I did not ask you to go over here and find one like that. I just was getting you to understand the chart. But now you've missed these 3. Let's take a look at this one, Micah. What is 22 divided by 2, Micah?
22 divided by 2. Actually, I have no idea what that is.
It's up in your chart.
22 divided by 2 is
Very good, very good. Write the answer in. Hold your pencil tightly. Now, underneath it, what are you going to write, Micah? 2 times what? What's the fact family?
11.
That's right. Very good. 2 times 11 equals what, Micah?
2 times 11 equals 1.
No, let's take a look right here. Look right here. If 22 divided by 2 equals 11, then 2 times 11 equals right here, that answer, 22. You see that?
So it's 22.
Yeah, that's it. So does everyone understand how to do page 180? Any questions about that? Okay. Put your math away. And we'll take a short break.